I'm Samantha, and this is Balancing Act. We're going to do a 15-minute flow that's focusing on some balancing poses. So get ready to find your drishti, your focal point, and get some balancing in today. Come to the front of your mats. To start with, I just want to open up here. So separate the feet hip distance apart and just open up the hands, sort of like an X. We're opening up nice and wide like this. And just reach toward the corners of the room. I want you to open up your wrists. Start by finding that drishti, that focal point, 3 to 5 feet in front of you that isn't moving. Don't look at your cat or your dog, but find something that isn't moving, and it's going to help you balance through the whole class. So anytime that you can focus on one point as you're moving your wrists here, you're going to find that's very helpful for you. So raise the hands up nice and high to the ceiling. Reach. Open up to the side and twist. Reach that right hand back behind you. Give me a big twist. And sweep the right arm down. Reach up. Open up to the side and twist. Bring that left hip forward as you're reaching the left arm back. Deep breath. Sweep the left arm and reach it up. And just drop everything down nice and soft. Bend the knees. Keep everything really, really nice and soft here. And just rock side to side. Let the upper body swing like a pendulum. Drop the hands to the floor. Walk the feet back into your down dog. Meet me here. And reach the right leg up. Not too high. If this is the first movement you've been doing for the day, don't overstretch it. So just circle the foot to the left and circle the foot to the right and bring it all the way through and plant it between your hands. Drop the knees. Inhale up. Exhale down. Right leg comes back. Left leg goes up. Make some circles with the ankle. Awesome. To the left and to the right. Bring that knee all the way through. Plant the foot, drop the right knee, and inhale up. Exhale down. Bring the left leg through. Come into a big plank, nice and strong. Squeeze the glutes. And give me a couple of breaths here. Trying to warm up the body here. A plank is a really nice way to do that. Press through the base of the index and the thumbs. And drop to your forearms. Forearm plank. Pull through the heels. Heels are moving toward the back wall. Left arm comes in, parallel to the front of the mat, and the right arm reaches over. Big side plank on your forearm. And switch sides. Roll to the right. Reach that left arm over. Big side plank. Pull through the shoulders. Lift through the hips. And press back into your down dog again. Pedal it out. Raise that right leg and bring it all the way forward. Come up into a high lunge this time. And drop it down. Right leg comes back. Raise the left leg. Bring it all the way through. Come up into a high lunge. And bring it down. Left leg comes back. Walk the feet all the way towards the front of your mat. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Shoulders come back and down. Hands come to heart center. Namaste. So we're going to come into a figure 4 here. Plant that left foot into the mat nice and strong. Bring the right knee in. Okay, immediately you're going to have to find that balance. If you waver, your balance fails you and you fall, that's part of the journey. So let's just expect it and move on. So I want you to take your right leg in here, and I'm going to face you for a moment. We're just going to tuck it in here as high up as you can and let this hip open. Okay, so that's where we're at. I'm going to face forward so I can have my mat. Okay. So right here, we want to really dig that heel into our thigh and come in with our hands into namaste. Squeezing everything, pressing down really nice and strong through that left foot, not letting it roll over to the pinky side. Now from here, we're going to let our right foot start to slide out toward our knee as we start to squat down. So squeezing everything nice and tight on the lower body as we start to squat. Hands remain. Just squatting, squatting. And as you come down, if you can get your fingertips to the floor, that's great. And come into a forward fold here. You can see my left knee is kind of bent. Nothing is overextended. And then we're going to come all the way back up. So bend that left knee and come back up nice and slow. It's one thing to balance. It's another thing to try to move through a balancing pose, which makes it even more difficult. From here, we're going to let that right leg go and press that right foot back towards the back wall in our Superman pose, Warrior 3. And then drop the foot down. Beautiful. Let's try that on the other side. So the left leg comes in, pick up that foot, bring it in towards the groin here. The heel really kind of locks in. And you might lose your balance. So pick it up again. Really find that focal point. You're staring at something out in front of you, 3 to 5 feet, and you're just focusing on it. That's going to help your balance. Hands come to namaste. Lifting up through the kneecaps, opening up through that left knee. Balancing here in this figure 4 tree. And start to squat down. You can let your foot slide down towards your knee so that you have more room to bend. And you're sinking down nice and slow. As you get closer, your hands come down. See if they can reach the floor, and then straighten that leg a little bit. Take a moment to stretch here. This is really opening up through the left hips. If you're tighten your hips, this is where you're going to really start to feel it. And then bend that knee again and slowly come up. Hands coming back to namaste as you straighten it out. Back to standing, and then that left leg releases. Standing strong on your right, press it back into Warrior 3. I've got my couch here, but I did lose my balance. So stretching back. Lift up through those left glutes, and then dropping it back down. Beautiful. That was challenging. Let's raise the arms up. Exhale it, forward fold. Come back into your down dog, into your plank. Slowly lower, inhale up dog, and exhale down dog. Raise that right leg up nice and high. Open up through the hip. Make some circles. And then bring that right knee in, plant it, and just keep walking out into your half moon. So you're tenting your right fingertips here as you extend your left arm to the sky. Now, half moon is a good gradient into your balancing because you have your right hand here to help you, which is always so nice. So make sure you're lifting up through your right kneecaps and that your left foot is nice and strong. Whether it's bent or whether it's flexed, I don't care. But I want it nice and strong. Energy pouring out through that left foot. Drop the left hand, square off the hips, and then raise the right hand to the sky, taking a twist here, and you're twisting half moon. Deep breaths here.
Really try to drop that left hip towards the mat. Drop the right hand. And now we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths as we just lift, lift, lift through the left leg, strengthening those left glutes. Make sure you have a micro bend in your right leg. Do not want to hyperextend that. Now bend the elevated leg and tuck it right behind your standing leg, coming down into a seated position, into your seated spinal twist. You have your right leg over your left. Inhale the arms up nice and high. And twist. Left arm pulls in that right knee as you twist. Inhale, open the chest, lift. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Very nice. Take that right leg and bring it right back behind you into your pigeon pose. And just give me a few breaths here in your pigeon. Reach that right leg back as far as you can behind you, and your elbows come to the floor. If you have your blocks here, this is a good place to use them to bring the floor closer to you. But just breathe into this, breathe into your hips. And then tuck those back toes and reach that left leg up back behind you. Make some big circles with that left leg, opening up the hip. Bend the knee and bring it all the way through. Plant the foot and keep walking your hands out as your right leg comes up. Tent those left fingertips and open up through the right arm, reaching toward the ceiling. Again, flex or point your right foot. Anything but a floppy foot is fine. Give me that micro bend in your left knee. Really fortify your left leg. And take some breaths here. Open up through the shoulders, pull them away from the ears. And drop the right hand. Square off those hips. And then raise the right. Raise the left. By right, I meant left. Keep that right leg nice and elevated. Twisting half moon. Few breaths here. Make sure you have that bend in your left knee. And then drop the left hand, square off those hips again, and give me some pulses here with the right. Just pulsing through the right leg. Left leg is nice and strong. Pressing through the base of your big toe. We're not rolling out towards the pinky edge. And then bend that elevated leg and tuck it right behind your standing leg. Come to seat. So you're in your seated spinal twist here. Your left leg is over your right this time. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Drop the shoulders. As you exhale, twist. Left leg, left hand comes to the back of the mat and you twist. Pull in through the left. You should feel a nice stretch here, all the way down the outside of your left leg here, through your IT band. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And then take your left leg, place it back behind you, straight back, and come into your pigeon on the other side. And breathe here. So your pigeon, if you want to put a block under your right butt cheek here, that's a really nice way to keep you from falling out of your pigeon. This is a common mistake. You just sit down on that hip that's down on the floor.
We don't want to do that. We want to keep this hip moving forward, and a block underneath your right hip may help with that. And you can walk your hands forward if that works. You might want to block under your right hip, and also a blanket under your forearms to support you in this pose. And deep breaths into those hips. And walk the hands up. Press back into your down dog. Raise that right leg up nice and high. Open up the hips. Get that counter stretch. And drop it down. Beautiful. Drop to your knees. Pull your hips back into child's pose. And let's open up the hip flexors here. Fall forward. Back into child's. Again, hips drop towards the mat. Press back, down dog. And walk your feet all the way through your hands. Come to seat and roll all the way down. Hug those knees in. Nice work today. That was some good balancing. Twist to the right. And twist to the left. And enjoy your Shavasana. Thank you for challenging yourself today, and I will see you next time.